What's up, guys? Master Styles here. Welcome you back to Inside Gaming, your go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. And today, the game's been updated. Been a while since I've been over here. Been a while. Hasn't been much in terms of, new updates. Just been old events being presetted, right? So again, the new super breakthrough heroes, actually Jaina, where is she? Go to energy, and she got a super breakthrough. Awakening for her would have been better, but again, they decided to go with super breakthrough. So one thing that's very interesting to me is this one here, and I think, is it here? Right deal, yep, instantly. Why not in PvE? Right? There are some units that are summons in PvE, only on PvP, okay? But we'll take a look at that in about a few minutes, right? We'll come back to this because we'll do the summons, see what events they got going on, and take a look at Twilight Lands, right? Of course, all of that. So for events, it's just the Hyperdimensional link. You got to play through the game. They give you the links here, or is that whatever that source is called? What do they call these things? The overlocking components. There it is. You get that in about 6 days. You get your free copy of Jaina's memory disk, and of course, Pyramid Adventures here. Great way to build out your prototypes. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of summoning there. Twilight Lands just started. Let's see what we get. All right, collect our rewards here. We get some additional Divine Prototype tickets. We get some advance, and they still never added astrals to this thing. Guess not. So we get Arna Healing, and also Titan Hammer, and they also give Rebirth Brand. Not bad. A lot of tanks. What else do we get over here? If we pick this up, we get the middle piece for the energy heroes, and of course it's probably going to be energy related. No, actually it's a summoner, and then it's energy. So is there a new summoner coming to the game after this? Possibly, right? So we get the fusion chip if you're in the top 5 for, nope, it's not that. I'm always misreading this. No, you get the fusion chip for the summoner prototype, the 3rd slot one, if you're in the top 5, and you get the 3rd slot prototype for the energy units if you're in the top 20. There it is. I always make that mistake, right? Again, will this be the Twilight Lands that I actually beat it? I was close last time. Maybe. We'll see. What are we gonna do? Summons. Do we have enough to do it? How much do we have? We only have 90. We'll pull the 90 and see how we do. We're gonna go through this rapid fire very fast, very quick. We'll skip that. Can we get one here? Okay, that's for hunters. I should have taken that out. Yeah, I should have. You definitely should have took that out. But I guess we'll get 2 for 90, which is pretty good, right? And the last one here should be that Vanguards. Sure. Okay. All right. We gotta slowly work on that one. Actually, I think that brings it up. Yeah, actually, that was pretty good because now we have 4 slots. Nice. Love that. Gotta love that. The Vanguard's gonna be a little bit better there. Hunters, I don't really use them for PvP, so sorry, Jason. I know you love your hunters, but I don't use them for PvP. But that is that there for the summons. The pull-in, I don't think I got enough. I still gotta wait for the other 30 that I'll get from, what is it? Endless, no, it's not endless. It's, what is this thing? Holy Land contract. There it is. Man, okay. It's early in the morning. Leave me alone, okay? We have to do all of this, and what I realized is that there was a switch in terms of who people are using. Actually, this is not it, right? Why did they reset it? Yeah, it seemed like they reset it, but this is not it. The one with 1, 2, 3. What is that? No. Yeah, the one with Kareolis. So people are using Kareolis instead, right? Instead of Sakai. Before all of that, let's just take a quick look at Jaina. We're just gonna look at the additional things that she gained. Go to energy. That means that there's a new energy unit coming out next week. All right. Jaina fires a beam of light at the target, dispelling invincibility. Definitely not shields, unfortunately, from all affected enemies, and deals damage ranging from 3,000% to 7,000% of attack. The higher the accuracy, the greater damage. That's nothing new. That's Jaina's MO. You need 200 accuracy on her. Maximum potential damage is reach. You need to get her 200 accuracy. Nothing new there. Prioritize the furthest enemy within range. The beam has infinite range and knocks enemies back slightly upon hit. Dispelling invincibility does not work against bosses. Does bosses even have invincibility? Maybe in Twilight Lands. They'll get some increase to their attack here, which they would love, of course. The HP, they need it. They tend to be squishy at times. At the start of each battle, Jaina grants 3-second invincibility to the ally hero with the lowest HP and applies 2 stacks of light barrier. Only one versus all allies. Not looking too good there, right? It's not. That's not really appealing to me because it's only the ally with the lowest HP. And listen. Oh, hero. Okay, because I was thinking of summoners too. So I misread that. Whew. Third trigger, and that's 7. In PvP modes, this beam instantly execute all summoned units. Deals true damage equal to a percentage of max HP to large summoned units. What? That doesn't make any sense. If it instantly execute them, what is the second part for? That just sounds like a counter to whatever, great. And then the rest of the other stuff is more of the same, and we get a 4th trigger there. So again, against summoners could be potentially good, right? But again, they're not gonna stay dead. They're gonna come back to life. The foxes come back to life right away. So, if it kept them dead now or locked them out for a little bit, now that would be interesting. But for me, depending on the damage here, right? Just depending on that damage, I will eventually do it. But for right now, it don't sound like nothing crazy to me. So that is the idea for Jaina. Not much we can do because again, it's either you're gonna spend money to get her to 3. Somebody might, and if somebody does, please let us know down in the comments. Help out the community, right? We'll grab Team Annihilation. We'll run through as far as we can, right? We don't want to waste too much time here. So we'll get. Will they have all that we need here? How many units do I have in there? I think I have a whole 30. I'm gonna remove take. I'm assuming I'm not gonna need that, right? That's my assumption here. And I'm just looking off rip. We're not gonna use Barag. That's my assumption, and we're probably not gonna use Vanguard. Of course, we're gonna use him. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. What am I talking about? Why am I using them when I could just easily put in? Where's Kara? Other Kara. Kareolis and Carabine. Let's see. Let's just see here. Is it still the same? No, he has to steal the HP. That takes too long. Yeah, that takes way too long. You gotta wait those seconds. Okay, that was a big steal there. Can we kill him there? Wow, that took way too long, right? Yeah, we could have just used Dora too. Yeah, let's just speed this up. Oh no, because Dora might kill the. Let's use Dora. Dora should be able to one-shot this. No. There we go. Because that's also another option too. And we can also skip it too, right? We can just literally skip all the way through. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm just cheesing. I'm literally cheesing my way all the way through this. Because, again, when you're at this point, they might as well start me at 19 at this point. There's no point of starting me at 18. Because 18 to me is a joke at this point, literally. So this one here, we're going to need them. And I want to say, but the ultimates are not popping that much. So you kind of want to use Sakai here, right? Because I was thinking that he's doing more ultimates, but in this situation, he's not going to do that much ultimates. And we're using, remember when this used to be difficult, right? Yeah, but I wouldn't even use Vanguards here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't. So there we go. Daisy actually doing more damage here than what's her name? Amat. Right? Dead. Which is very simple. And we'll move on. We go back to Kara. Well, let's just see what they do. I want to see what they do. See how long it takes them to beat it. If they're faster than Kareolis, because he still wouldn't have done the jump yet, but Dora would have helped. It's actually quick. It's actually pretty quick, actually. And tanks, do we really need to go this? None of their routes are difficult for me, anyways. Now that I'm thinking about it, so it's just gonna be simple here. It doesn't get challenging until we get to 20. Yeah, it really isn't. And then what else do we have going on here? This used to be a challenge. It's not anymore. I remember when Kara was just doing work here. That was beautiful. And then they were like, no, we can't have Kara stealing HP from summon creatures. Wow. But look at this. This is just crazy. Months back, you could go back and go look at the content and see how much of a struggle this was. Now this is being beaten in like 15, maybe less than that. 12 seconds. Wow. Now the question is, can they beat the energy part, right? Yeah, I think so. It looked like it. Let's see. Yeah, they can beat the energy one, right? Yeah. Ooh, I just melt into this thing. Just, where are the summons? That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I wish the Jaina, well, it would help, but right, you would have to wait for the spiders to be summoned, and they're not being summoned that frequently. So guess in PvP modes, I just feel that's weird. So to bring her to SB7, I just don't see that happening. So we'll go with the tanks again. I said, oh man, I keep forgetting to put Kara in there. We'll do it against the boss. What's the boss here? Is it? I don't remember what the boss is for this one. 18. No. Can't tell you, but we'll see in a second. But Deji, wow, just run through a lot of this content. She's the one that's doing most of the damage. Amat's not really doing much. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? All right, let's try Kareolis for some reason. And of course, there's added protection, right? So put Kara in there, and let's see. Because he is casting a lot more ultimates. Right? Wow. Would it have been that fast? Hold on, wait a minute. I want to see something. Is it because he's in there? Or I just want to test out something. Let's see if it's moving the same speed. 53. Okay, stop it. So we got to 40% in 5 seconds. Just doing a little comparison here. And put Kara in there and see. Let's watch. How far do we get? Yeah. You seen that, right? We got down to 24% with Kara being in there. Hey, Team Annihilation may have gotten a switch. And again, A3, Daji, and Awaken, 7? Like Kara, you can build out. So that may be the free to play route there, right? You just have to work on that. The Team Annihilation might have gotten a new member. Might have until Sakai gets awakened. Right? Let's see if we can do well here. And of course, where the ultimate lands, we do more damage. And he's gonna keep doing that. There's no cooldown on it. So he just keeps doing that. Right? Yeah. And see? It has a wide range too. Okay. The large crocodile is waking up. Oh boy. You know, when he wakes up, it's a wrap. So here, there's spiders taking negative, well, true damage for 4.5 billion. Wow. That one takes too long. Let's see how we do against this one here. And I know I could skip some of this stuff, but I want to try our Kara. I want to see what he brings to the table. And of course, I can use the other Kara, right? Carabin, which would make this stuff even more easier. Okay, the spider's gonna drop here. But the only thing is, I realize is that when you use Kareolis, they tend to get into this fan shape. So somebody's always on the outside. That's the downside of this. They don't stay in formation. It's just weird. It's just a weird formation. So let's see. This one should be quick because this is Summoner Bond. We only have 2 though, but it'll be fine. That knockback throws off everything. So see right here, when they get into line and he's gonna drop it, somebody's gonna be on the outside. Oh, okay, well he stepped up. But I was realizing that in Holy Land contract. So I think going with Kara might be better. Wait, how did we beat this one again? I forgot. I literally forget how we beat this one. I don't even remember this boss. Like some of these bosses, I don't even remember them. Oh, because Daisy is there. That's why the fox is only on 1. But one thing I noticed is that if you couple this team with the 3rd slot for the energy team, then you can reduce the energy of the whales because you're already running 2 energy units anyways. So yeah, this one is pretty much done. So again, you're gonna need Akai. You're also gonna need Alistar. With him, you can't really get him right now. You're gonna have to wait for his banner to come back around if you never got him the first time. I don't know why you didn't get him the first time, because he's just that dude. And Kareolis, I think you should already have him, or his banner, or is he's somewhere here where you can get him, right? They give you a lot of those selectors. So where are we at? 19-5. All right, let's go back to the simpler route here because this is taking too long. We're gonna go back to our boy here, give him some shine. He's here too, right? I just like this combination. I'm just such a fan of that. So I just want them to do enough damage to take him out, so it makes it easier, right? Who's doing knockbacks here? We still gotta wait the 12 seconds though. Okay, and then now we get it popping, right? His range is weird because even though they're not inside the circle, he still does some big damage. Let's go to the tanks here. They still can't one-shot him yet. It's weird that they can't one-shot him out the gate. We could use Fade Out on him to speed up the process, right? And we have a few seconds. He's gonna jump. They're close to Zamira. I don't like it. He'll backhand them into next year, and they're pretty much done, right? I still like the other team better because this one, it just takes too long. Oh yeah, we gotta switch over to them again. So we'll go back to them, make that switch. We'll go to Kara because again, in this one, I don't think we'll kill them. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say we're not gonna kill them right away, but let's just see how long it takes us. Because around 20 is where it starts to get serious for me, right? Because we can move to 20. Right, let's just move to 20. We're gonna skip to 20 because this competition here isn't really there, right? So 20-4 is where the real stuff is, right? Because this stuff here, we're just gonna need it. A problem, right? It used to be. Let's see how they do here. Already took down 1% already. 1% is already gone. Let's turn off Akai here. I want to keep those things going. We're at 5% already. And yeah, this one is doable once that's what I was looking for. Once you see that sandstorm, just know that they're gonna cook. And one thing we could do too is put Daisy in the direct front so she could have split up the foxes. The foxes are only focusing on one particular enemy right now. But I think this is the Amat show now. Okay, cool. Love that, right? And he has his own thing up, so he's gonna take extra damage. One thing I love about this is that once the boss goes down, it's over. Love that. I don't like when I take out the boss, I still gotta fight ads. Like, come on. We don't want that. And yeah, that's about it. I don't even think they took any damage, right? Remember when that was a struggle? Remember, right? So 19, done. Just like that. And we'll go into 20 a little bit. When it comes to 20, let's just see how much they can do before we pull out Kara, right? That's primarily it. And then we'll get on out of here. But here, same thing. Summoner Bond. Large crocodile is up, so you know they're gonna get cooked. And man, this combination is just wow. Because they synergize off of each other. Man, Vanguards, take note. This one used to be tough, right? Can we beat this one? How does the lightning work? Would the lightning be considered one? Yeah, it would just be considered damage, right? So if they do cast the lightning, it's just gonna remove one of the layers. Because that's why we would run someone like Miranda here. Yeah. So again, the bosses are gonna get killed first. Wait, there's another boss? I can't tell. Yeah, I think so. Well, either way. But why is Amat's crocodile so squishy? Can we explain that? Somebody please explain that to me in the comments. Like, if you ever look at that thing healed, you have over 100. Look at that, 91 million HP, and it gets destroyed so fast. That thing is a glass cannon. It's not even glass at this point. It's just so bad. Wait, who is this? And why are they not dead? Man, this is a long fight for no reason. What is this? What did we fight? I completely forgot what we were fighting. It took forever. My goodness. Wow. Okay, moving on. I think we'll just go back to summoners, right? Yeah, summoners. It's easy. It's an easy route. This is the Annihilation team, and it's focused around summoners, so we should be able to beat this with ease. And this is 20, right? Man, this team just runs through a lot of this content. But again, you could just use Kareolis. He would already beat a lot of this stuff. Around the 12-second mark, now they're taking too long, right? Because if you're going more than 12 seconds, Kara's already done by this. We're already moving on to the next part. I think, is it Vanguard? I can't remember. See, taking too long. And part of it is because Kara's knocking them back. I don't like that knockback thing, right? That's the thing that's getting to me. I'm not a fan of that knockback, like I mentioned. Oh, it's a tank one. Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, okay. All right. Can we actually beat this one? Or do we go with... Because this is a longer fight. And thing just took a lot of damage there. Is this the one where we need... I think we need to do, what? 40-something trillion? Can't remember. Right? To one-shot. We need to one-shot this, right? We've been one-shotting everything. Else, can we do it? This one is going to take a long time for no reason. But they're taking a good amount of damage there. The ones in the front. Here comes the jump. That infamous jump. Deji is doing a lot more damage. Amat, anytime now, you can join the fray. Please, come on in. But Kareolis is doing a lot of ultimates constantly. Like they moved, they all jumped, and who's dying there? Okay, Thing just died. What's the one thing I realized about him is that he tends to die faster than everybody else. Right? Alistar, that was him that was taking a lot of damage there. What is the crocodile doing? Can you move your butt down into here? Who's dying on this side now? Yeah, so Akai is taking a whole bunch of damage. Sometimes the layer's off. It's weird. Do we have lifesteal? I hope that we do, because if we don't have lifesteal, we're not winning this. So we're at 20 already. Yeah, I think we can one-shot this. I think so. And we just lost who? Who just died there? Somebody just died. I think Deji just died. And I forgot to change the third slot prototype for this one to reduce the melee damage, because the melee damage on this one is absolutely ridiculous. And it seemed like we're good, right? 24. And I think that's one of the foxes, because I'm looking at the HP at the bottom. And it's not the hero. There's one in the middle there that hasn't taken a lot of damage. But the thing is with this one, because the foxes are split up, which is good at the same time, but it's just frustrating having to deal with this, because they have a lot of HP. And I could see this one being the one that people get stuck on when you're eventually getting to 20. Most people are still at 19, right? But can we do it? I think so. We're close. It's another fox drop in there. And that's the thing about the foxes. That's why I said they come back to life instantly. So we're at 29. We have 1 minute. Can we one-shot this? I don't look like it, because we still have a whole one here. Maybe Sakai would have been better here. Maybe. And the thing is, you cannot execute them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that letting Akai go and do what he wants to would have been the better way to go, instead of having him on auto. Because it's like trying to track them, right? 30 seconds. Yeah, we can't one-shot this, right? No, I don't seem. I have before. We'll go. We're close. No, we can't do it. We don't have enough time. We def don't. But look how much I have to do, though. That's a lot. Well, tanks ain't doing none of this. They're not. Right? And put the damage up. 10 seconds. No. But I'm gonna do it. Well, I'll do it now, right? Hopefully we didn't lose anybody in the process, but that one's annoying. So now we'll go back to Kara, because now it starts to get unnecessarily difficult. Right? We'll go back to Kareolis. No. We'll go back to Carabin. Say Kareolis. And then we'll put the additional one here. Because he should be he can run through this content here. This is where he shines. They just need to do damage to him anytime now. Whichever one works first. And yeah, he already did the absorption, so stole that HP, and then we beat that easily, right? Same thing. We'll continue to go with the tanks, and I think the next one is going to be just as difficult too. What is it? Yeah, Vanguards. Yeah, that thing is annoying too. Man, it's all the annoying bosses, right? They didn't put the energy one, and they didn't put the summoner one, right? They know. They know what they know what we use, right? Of course. So here, and for this one, the only thing that really works here is the same team, right? Which this one could be annoying too. I don't think we can one shot this one. Definitely not. It's gonna take a couple of attempts. As you can see, we're already taking an extreme amount of damage. And whoa, slow down there. Slow down there, Chief. Slow down there. Slow down there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go here. We're running in there like, nope. We need to get rid of that. and add, because we're gonna need this. Where is it? I need to borrow some stuff. I'm gonna need this one, and I also need this one because range is the biggest problem, right? Melee, sure. Range, and do we have another one? No, I think that's that, right? We don't need accuracy. Melee, eh, sure. We'll put a little bit of melee in there just in case, just to keep them up. And then, yeah, let's try that again because our units were melting. Because it's when you're not in the circle, that's when you take most of the damage. And sure, right? Sure, right? It doesn't hurt. Everybody put on your bug stuff, right? It don't hurt. Actually, one other switch there that I want to do is switching this out and go to res. Like, see how the energy just shift now. Now we gotta actually try. So we need Sakai to be on it. Yeah, and then we'll go all the way to it. Amat's gonna end up dying there, but the foxes they're outside the range of the circle for that. So how do we fix this? But the crocodile's there, but the crocodile's not gonna do as much damage as the foxes would. So we need to switch this because we need the foxes to get in the circle of this guy. It can't put him in the front because he's gonna end up dying. Huh? Cause see, the foxes would have been doing more ultimates, and they do more damage. Okay, let's make that adjustment now. Let's switch him on this side and see if that helps. I know. Let's see if I just want to see if they stand inside of it. Is it at their feet? No, it's not. Can he sit in the front? I don't think he can. But let's just see. Would he be able to get it off? Ouch! He already died already. That was quick. He died right away. Daisy. What's her name is dying because of the whatchamacallit. Fade out. Well, here we go. Okay. We'll gain more ultimates from the foxes. So that's kind of my thought process there. Wait, so in the circle, since there are large summons, how much does the fox count for? One or three units being in the circle? Just a question, right? So here we'll do a good amount of percentage, right? And because this fight is gonna end up being what two? We can talk to it, right? But again, as you can see, coming up to all of this, it really wasn't challenging because, of course, if you have Kara, he can go through the middle stages. You have Team Annihilation, they can go through the bosses, and I think we're gonna take some damage here, right? They can go through the bosses, but look at Amat's crocodile here. Just watch how squishy this thing is. This is what I was talking about, right? But I forgot that there is a better version of this, right? Where I replaced a mod with somebody else. And it completely it's slipping my mind because last time I said I was gonna do that. Because again, we would just need someone to stand inside the circle. Who could stand in the circle? He's about to die. Akai is about to die. Not Akai. What's his name? What's this guy's name? Alistar, right? So we got 14% there. We need somebody who's able to stand within the circle and not die. Who has that capability? I had someone and it completely slipped my mind. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to be through this one. It just takes some days. But again, I had a combination that would have worked and it completely is slipping my mind on who I wanted to put in. So if you know, let me know that in the comments. So we're going to leave it at that. If you made it this far in the video, just know that I appreciate you. No Reuters today. I just want to say thank you. I'm at 1,700 subscribers. We're 300 subscribers away from getting to our goal for the year, which is absolutely incredible. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all, the ones that comments, the ones that like, the ones that share the video. I love every one of y'all. You may not like or comment, but just know I appreciate you as long as you sit here and take time out of your day to check out my content. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guys. Tier lists is I have to do one soon. For those that are rocking with me, let me know if this help or it's interesting just to see the change in Team Annihilation. If you don't have Sakai, Kareolis could be a good substitute for the Annihilation team. Without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.